show me how to shine. I wish that springtime morning would clear my worried mind, so I could sing.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of This Agrarian Life. We're looking here at two back walls of my house in the backyard with the patio here, and I have them sided and painted. And to understand the significance of this little accomplishment, I need to tell you that this wall right here is part of an addition that I put on my house in 1990. That was 27 years ago, and that has been tar paper siding ever since. This other wall is part of an addition I put on maybe 12 years ago, 12 or 15 years ago, and that's been tar paper ever since. So it's one of those I finally got it done things, and it's a good job done. I started in February when we had a bit of a thaw. February in New York, you don't usually have warm stretches, but we did, and I took good advantage of it. I set up scaffold and I've got it done. So as you can see over here, that right side of my house, up at the top, I got some siding on that hasn't been on since 1990, 27 years ago. I did get that siding on the most of that side, but I was going to paint it this year. I had scaffold up until a few days ago, and with the intention of getting it painted. And my neighbor, one of my neighbors down the road, he's building a house, and he asked me if he could borrow the scaffold, and I said yeah, sure, because I knew I'm not going to get that painted this year. I'll put the scaffold back up. And then on this other side of my house, that's the scary side, this patio is kind of an oasis for us in the midst of a lot of chaos. Like, for example, that all that black tarp and stuff is our woodshed. I have piles of wood over here. You can see the splitter. I store wood in that shed, and we hand it through the window and have a wood box on the inside. We heat our house only with wood, and it's always been that way, and that's a good system for us. But the next big project, after I get that side to my right that I just showed you painted, this will be a project over here, not to side that, but to put an addition on. And I hope to do that next year. Maybe it'll be the year after, but it's got to happen here soon, because we need a downstairs bedroom and a downstairs bathroom, two things we don't have in this little house. As we get older, that's going to become more important, and I need to do it while I have the strength to do the work still. All right, so just wanted to show you that we have made, or I have made, some progress. My wife is very happy. She's been incredibly patient here, wanting this siding on instead of tar paper for 27 years. Now I wanted to show you something before we leave this video, and that is this, get it up here, this Cabot Pro VT solid color stain. That's what I used. I've got 2 coats on there, and yeah, that is great stuff. I actually bought that can and a bunch of cans a long time ago when I stained the other sides of my house that people usually see from the road. Tried to make that look good first, and so I've had those cans probably between 10 and 15 years, 10 years at least, down in the basement, and I figured they'd be solidified and no good, but popped the lid on them, and the pigment had separated to the bottom, but it mixed up right with no problem at all. In just a matter of seconds, I had the can mixed up, and it was as good, the product is as good as it was all those years ago. So that's pretty remarkable. The other thing I want to show you before I leave this episode is this arm up there by my light. You see that arm sticking out? In a future episode, I will show you what that arm is for. It's got a special purpose, that you know, yeah, it's something special from long ago that I put that arm up there for, and I'll show you in a future episode. So thanks for watching. Thanks for you know, checking out this progress that we made. Oh, one more thing I guess I could say is this brick paver patio. This has been in 7 years maybe, and we've had pressure treated decks elsewhere on the house before, and decided that we just didn't want to mess with that anymore. It's so hard to keep. Well, look at those stairs over there. They're kind of dowdy looking after all these years, and that's pressure treated, and it's a whole lot nicer to have these pavers, paver bricks down. Although before yesterday we had weeds growing up between these bricks in places a foot tall. Believe it or not, they like to grow up there. I don't like to use herbicide, so we scraped them out, and I'd rather do that than try to maintain a wood deck. But that's it, folks. I just wanted to show you my little bit of progress here on the house. Thanks for watching.